Okay, sorry, go ahead. So you're saying that ads are not a thing to remember is ad job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so look, ads are not magical, right? The only thing ad would do is it would sort of like bridge the gap between the end user and you potentially very quickly, right?
Yeah.
That's what ad does. But rest, it all comes down to your pitch, your website, your all of those things that you do. But remember that ads start performing better when people start trusting your brand.
Okay.
That's when the effect of ad comes into picture a lot better. So let me give you an example. If you didn't know Pitch Ground at all, or if you didn't know me previously, I think there was a very high likely chance that you would have gone ahead with Absolute, right? Because they have been
Okay.
around for quite some time in the
Yeah.
market,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But because you know me, way before even Pitch Ground even existed, you wanted to focus on that, and you wanted to use that, and you wanted to continue working on that relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Correct.
and that's exactly how it works with ad as well. That when people see your ad for the first time, they might not even buy anything because for them it's something new, right?
Okay.
People don't buy anything from any website because of just one major reason: trust. That's it.
Okay.
And it
Okay.
takes time to build that trust. It
Okay.
could be anything that could involve around it, that you the activity that you're going to do to build the trust. And there has to be 7 touch points that you have to create.
Okay.
So that's where you have to design the ads in a way where it creates that 7 touch points in the ad itself, which I call it as ad funnels.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So to give you a quick example, when I'm pitching users for the very first time, this is one of the common mistakes people make when they're trying to sell for the very first time to an audience that don't have much clue about this, right? They just try to say, "Oh, buy this for this price," and when I see such ads, I'm like, "Okay, why is even this guy targeting me?"
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Okay.
Who is this? What is he doing? Right? I as a consumer think about that way.
Yeah.
So my ads are really designed in a way where I think, okay, what would the consumer think if I put it up?
Okay.
How would he react to it? Right? So that's when I take a step back and I start with something more of an educative way. So can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine. I'm
Hello.
listening. I'm listening. I'm listening.
I think something went wrong with your camera. It's yeah, it's
Uh,
perfect now.
okay. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah. So the very first thing that you need to start doing is sort of start creating and start working on a bit of branding around your product initially to begin with. That's very essential because
Okay.
if you're gonna just go dive and try to acquire customers initially, um, that's only gonna happen if you are ready to burn money initially, right?
Okay.
And when I talk about burn, I'm talking about making losses. That's
Okay.
when you see all of these VC companies or companies that are backed by VCs. They literally don't care about the cost of acquisition of a customer.
Okay.
For them, even if they have to pay $500 or $1,000 to acquire a customer, where the lifetime value of a customer is $500, they just say just go and spend it,
Okay.
right? Because
Okay.
that's the only way you will acquire customers right now. And that's one of the biggest problems. Well, that's one of the biggest mistakes that people make is when you're a new brand or even a bit of existing brand, don't just throw the ad for people to buy unless and until the interest or the targeting that you are is absolute peculiar. So, for
Okay.
example, I'm assuming that again, I haven't done any keyword research for you,
That's okay.
but I'm assuming that people will probably search for buy plant-based
Yeah.
meats,
So vegan food
for
delivery,
example,
plant-based
or
delivery. Yeah.
exactly. So now those are a more directed ads when you do Google ads, which are brilliant to target people and make them purchase right away because
Okay.
people are looking for solutions themselves. Now, this
Okay.
is the big difference between Google ads and Facebook ads. Google
Okay.
ads are buyer intended. Facebook ads are not buyer intended. So Facebook ads is like
Ah.
a sales guy knocking your door and trying to sell you something. That's what
Yes.
Facebook ads are all about, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And Google ads are like a mall. You go
Okay.
inside a mall, you go in any shop that you want, and then you pick things, right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that's buyer intended. So
Yeah.
that's how I kind of like differentiate between Google ads and Facebook ads, and that's very essential because your copies will change accordingly your ads will change accordingly, and your landing page would change accordingly depending upon the platform that you're using to target these users. That's very, very essential. Now, in your case, my recommendation would be use chatbots. Chatbots are going to work out a lot better because people would be able to engage with you with the
Okay.
bots, right? Not only that, even if they don't buy, you can still collect that data and sort of retarget them and ask them, okay, why did they not buy? You can just ask them what went wrong,
Okay.
or how can we improve your experience. Okay, or maybe pricing could be the issue, because when you're starting a new startup or a new venture, you got to factor in all of these things and start collecting more data to really understand how to optimize your campaigns better.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very important. Next, if your budget is less than about $2,000 a month on ads, don't even do ads. Trust me, it's a waste of money. It's
Okay.
literally a waste of money. $2,000 is the bare minimum that I recommend to spend on ads before doing anything else, or else you will literally churn and burn your money very badly, because it takes time for platforms like Facebook to really understand your audience, because right now you don't have any audience,
Sure.
right? So it just takes them a little time to understand who your audience is, what kind of audience they are, and then on the basis of, you need to identify the lifetime value of your customer.
Yeah.
Do you have that stat with you right now?
We don't. We're too new. We don't know what it is. So
Okay, so let me give you some good idea about it. How much are you gonna charge people for subscription?
so we charge around £8. You can have a look on the website actually, but we charge. I'll tell you now anyway. Let me just give you the website quickly so you've got it. So you can bring it up on your own screen. Give me a second. It's called plantsumo.com, but here it is.
Mhm.
So if we go to subscription, it's dishes, meal boxes. So £52 for 7 meals. So basically, it depends upon the plans, but the range can go from 25 from £100 a month up to £200. So from 100 to £200 per month for a subscription.
Okay, so let's take 100 pounds over here.
Yeah.
So whenever you want to initially identify your LTV,
Yeah.
just multiply it by 24.
Okay.
That will give you some estimated stats that, okay, your lifetime value of your customer, because usually a customer would stick around for 2 years
Do you think it would be
in
slower
most of the
with
cases.
food subscription? Do you think it'd be less? Maybe is it? Do you reckon?
Again, I don't have the stats, but
No, of
I'm just
course.
telling you an industry standard
Yeah.
when it comes to subscriptions, that people usually stick around for 2 years. That's the average subscription rate that really exists
Got it.
around any subscriptions. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So even if we consider that, so now you know that roughly that about 2,400 pounds is
Yeah.
what you could potentially generate as a revenue from them.
Yeah.
Now, you need to then figure out like what sort of profit margin that you're working upon. So, can you give me some estimated idea of that? Like out of that
Yeah.
100 pounds,
Sure.
uh, how much
So
is actually going to go into like shipping, and how much is going to go? So, shipping is additional, or that 100 pounds is just food?
yeah, so the £100 is just food. So hold on, it'd be so it's £100, and then our profit will probably end up being about maybe £30. 20, let's
Okay,
say
so
25. Let's say £25 is an easy number.
okay, so
25%.
you are working at 25% margin, but does that include the salary of the people as well? That 75 pounds, or that is just the cost of food?
No, that would include. I think that would include salary as well. The cost of food per plate. If we sell it at £8, the cost of food is about £2. So there's a £6 margin, and then we add another £2 for a person's salary plus other expenses. So I think 25% is about right.
Okay, so you're working at 25% profit margin at that point of stage. So that's when you need to really identify that 25, now multiply that 25 into 12. So that's 500 pounds that you're left with.
Yeah.
So now you know that if a user is going to stick around with you for up to 12 for 24 months, you cannot spend more than 500 pounds to acquire one customer. So now that you have identified that cost, you can now you have to go reverse from there.
Okay.
That if
Yeah.
your cost of acquisition per customer is 400 pounds, you know that you will be left with 100 pounds, but you got to really deliver to ensure that they stick around for 2 years at that point of stage,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
from there, you have to start optimizing it and start lowering down from that 500 point to 400 to 300 to 200 and 100 and then so on. So you
Yeah.
got to start lowering down your cost per acquisition of a customer to increase that margin at that point of stage, and that's when you start rotating, because that 25% you're going to be using to also spend on marketing. So
Yeah.
that is not pure
Profit.
gross profit either,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That is still an estimated sort of like profit. Now
Yeah.
you're gonna deduct the marketing expenses on that. You're probably gonna deduct some sales expenses as well. I don't know if there's a person that's gonna call or something like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
to follow up. If you add that as well, then again you gotta start deducting, and then you have about like what 20-30% tax on top of that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you would be left with pretty much about 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Now, multiply that with 24. So 240, you're left with 240 pounds now.
Yeah.
Estimating again, they stick around for 2 years. So that's where you got to work upon that your cost per acquisition of a customer should not go above 240 pounds, or else you will start losing money and you will start burning. This
Okay.
is the number one mistake people make because they don't understand these data, and they just go out there blindly and start running things without having these data. And that's
Mm.
when the problem comes in. So, for example, we at PitchGround, right?
Yeah.
Whenever we acquire a new customer, we don't make any money from them at all.
Yeah. Okay.
We make the money when they buy the second time.
Okay. Okay.
And we have had success of over 90% of making people purchase a second time at least.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where our money comes in. It's not the first purchase, because again, acquiring a B2B customer is very expensive.
Yeah.
It's not as cheap as a B2C customer,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where the core difference comes into picture, that you need to really understand this data, and only then you can focus on sort of like scaling up. And that's where the whole ad game now comes into picture, because once you know these, only then you can start optimizing it, like where you're going wrong. Because if you don't have these data with you, how are you going to optimize? What are you going to optimize upon, right?
Yeah.
How are you going to focus on increasing the profit margin? So
Yeah.
that's where all the magic sort of comes in. So that's the reason why I recommended that keep chatbots as an initial base, and then use Google Ads at the same time. Another thing that you can possibly do is invest in some good videos. You have seen those like very high quality videos where people like get camera and shoot like a professional videos and all of those things about
Yeah.
the food, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you gotta sort of like get about like 10 to 20 of those videos, which is going to be like a 6-second video, 15-second video, 30-second video, so that you can use these and run ads on platforms like YouTube, platforms like Facebook, and those are going to be like short ads because the user retention is very low. So this is where we can use something like a through play video ads, which is 15 seconds ads, and people cannot skip those videos, which
Okay.
is really, really perfect, because
Yeah.
you have that 15 seconds of their entire time to really focus on them. But that set of videos will probably cost you around 5 to 10,000 pounds, maybe, unless and until you have a very good friend who is a
Yeah.
videographer and can do the job for you for maybe cheap, right?
Yeah.
But if you don't, then that is what the estimated cost would be. But that is going to be very essential for you, because people buy food when they actually see good pictures and when they see a very good video.
Yeah.
That's what makes them excited about it.
Yeah.
Now, second thing, in terms of the quick growth that you can do is you can start creating ebook guides, like long ebook guides.
Okay.
You can create a landing page, and you can educate people in terms of the benefits of plant-based diet.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
start with those sort of content, where now your cost per lead acquisition lead would be somewhere around 5 to 10 pounds,
Yeah.
roughly.
Yeah.
Because if you're just targeting London, you're limiting yourself. For ad, one
Yeah.
city is very small,
Yeah.
right? London might be big, Mumbai might be very big, but for ad platforms, That's a
Yeah.
very, very, very small,
Yeah.
tight niche targeting that you're doing.
Yeah.
And that's something that's very critical for ads, because ads do need a lot of people
Yeah.
to focus upon, because the more number of impressions it has, the more number of potential signups that you can have. So
Yeah.
that's again something that you can do is focus on that, and then start your email nurturing sequences to start converting those people. Because now that you know that you can spend up to 240 pounds to acquire one customer, you would be acquiring about 24 leads for about 240 pounds.
Yeah.
So now you have to make sure that you convert at least one. If you convert more than one, boom, you hit a jackpot already. If you convert three,
Yeah.
you are profiting in now, right?
Okay. Yeah.
That's essential.
Hmm.
That's where the magic really comes in.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant.
So, yeah, go ahead.
Understood on Facebook ads and chatbot. Understood on lead magnet. You said that. So I need to debate whether we're going to spend 2 grand initially on ads. I need to talk to Salim Wada, my business partner. Assuming, let's just say that, fuck it, we're not gonna spend 2 grand on ads right now. Maybe we'll start spending 2 grand from January. Are there other cornerstone things that you think we should do, or would you need to have a quick Google of us and like stuff from a brand trust perspective, or
So
anything else? Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend doing Google or anything as of now, because, like I said, there's no brand presence. So even if I Google like plant sumo, I wouldn't find anything about it at the moment. So if I don't find much about it, I'm probably gonna not trust the
I mean,
brand at that point of stage.
in the UK, I mean, we cover our name for brand. What do you mean by brand search? If I just show, because I need to make sure that I've got clarity because I want to cover any obvious holes that are like. So if we like, sorry, I'm just sharing my screen because I'm based in London, so you can just see for yourself. So is this the kind of shit you're talking about?
Yes, but I don't get much information about your brand in general over here. I
Sure.
only see like social media platforms,
Yeah.
social media links,
What else do we need? Yeah.
so you need people to maybe a bit start talking about you. I don't see any videos about you, for example, right? And again, like I said,
Yeah.
food is something that people will be very curious about when they see a video, or when they actually see like some very good pictures.
Yeah.
So that is something that's going to be very critical. So for example, you saw this, right? You search in, and right now, like, it's very, very random results. So that's what I'm referring to. Like, uh,
Yeah.
the results need to be more around your brand.
Yeah.
It needs to have videos. It needs to have more stuff around the brand in general.
Yeah.
You need to see, you see these videos, right? These videos are essentially what people are looking for, because that's sort of the thing that people sort of like really expect for, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. You
So
know.
that's the thing. So that's why I said, like, right now. So for example, what is this? Plant Sumo pre-launch.
Yeah. But it's not.
Is this you
It's
guys?
yeah. This is us. This is us.
Okay. Yeah. So
Um,
now go over there.
yeah.
Click on that video.
Our videos aren't high production. This is us. This is all pre-launch stuff. So it's not. It's not nothing like the videos you're talking about. It's us doing
No, no, that's
interviews.
fine. No, that's completely fine. But
Sure.
again, 5 views, right?
Yeah.
25 subscribers. And I don't see anything much about it. So that's what I'm talking about in terms of brand presence, right?
Okay.
And that's why, like, to take off any brand initially, it just takes a little time
Yeah.
for people to really sort of like start talking about you. It just
Yeah.
takes a little time, not much. So that's something that's very, very, very critical.
Okay.
So again, branding is like a long term journey. It's not a
Yeah.
short term journey, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it will affect you long term, but it won't result anything short term. That's what branding is about.
Yeah. Of course.
So again, my recommendation over here would be that if you really want to invest on ads, you really have to you really just need to focus upon chatbots, because that's something that's going to really drive leads for you during initial stages, and do a lot of ebooks, like different kinds of ebooks, and just start split testing different sort of ebooks, like weight loss ebooks, then plant-based foods,
And
then maybe create like some special recipes ebook, and all of those things, and just create like about 5 to 10 different landing pages with 5 to 10 different ebooks,
Yeah.
and just run ads around it and see which one is sort of converting better.
And would you use ebooks and put them on Amazon, or not do any of that? Just have it on the
No,
landing
nothing,
page.
nothing, nothing. Just a landing page right
Okay.
now, nothing else, because we don't want people to go to Amazon, get it, and you're not going to get any sort of data or anything because you don't even trigger pixels, right?
Yeah.
In order to really benefit from the pixels, you have to drive at least 10,000 relevant people on your website.
Okay. 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 And do you?
Once you do that, then you create a lookalike audience, and now your journey sort of like becomes a lot easier, because you are letting Facebook know that, okay, here are the 10,000 kind of people I want you to go and start searching for in the rest of the London.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then Facebook goes out there and starts searching for similar pattern of people. Like, it will analyze, okay, what are the common factors, what are the pages that they have all liked for, what are the different kind of content that they usually write. On the basis of like maybe thousands of permutation and combination, they start looking out for similar people, and
Yeah.
they start showing you ad to similar people. So you got to build up to that. So now the very first mistake that I see on your website
Yeah.
already is
Yeah.
you don't have any pixels.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
first mistake that you've already made. So anytime you make a website, even if you don't have any content, make sure that you have a pixel first.
Yeah.
Pixel
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
more important. As a marketer, pixel
I
is the heart of your marketing.
I
No, I wouldn't think as a heart of, like, it's pixel is everything in marketing.
Do you? All of my Facebook ad accounts keep getting fucking banned. So I've just had this problem. Like, I set up a new account and it gets banned immediately. Like, I can't run ads on my own attached to my Facebook. So it's always been a fucking pain in the ass. But anyway,
I
that's
don't know what you. I don't know what kind of content you're putting up or what kind of ads you're running.
this was a couple of years ago when I was running ads about my
Yeah,
course.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. You can just set up a new account right now, or
Yeah.
maybe just ask your partner to actually set it up then,
And
and just run it from his account. Then that's completely okay.
and then
But
and then I never log in, do I? Do I just never log in, never access it? Is that the best way to do
no,
it?
you can log in. That's completely fine, because by then, like, there will be activity that will be going on. But just make sure that you stay away from any sort of fake promises, because
Mm.
that's where like Facebook ads really trickle up. So, for example, you're making a claim that lose up to like 15 pounds in 2 weeks of time by eating this diet. Now
Yeah.
that's a false claim,
Yeah.
right? That's where people get their account banned, because people are like, okay, Facebook is responsible for showing this ad. So
Okay.
people start blaming Facebook, and people start suing Facebook for that.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's where like this fake claims is something that sort of like causes a lot of problem
That makes
to
sense.
people.
That
So
makes
don't do
sense.
that ever, and just keep your ads very straightforward to what you're really offering. And that's the reason why I told you that get those professional videos done that talks about food, that shows food, because when you do that, you would see very, very good high conversions and interactions at the same time.
Okay. Okay. All right, dude. Perfect. This is fucking brilliant. I don't want to take up any more of your time. I will ask you for advice perhaps later once I've built a couple of landing pages. I've spent a couple of grand on ads, and maybe I can share with you some stats on a call, and you can tell me again all of the fucking mistakes we're making. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's completely fine, man. Like, even before starting that up, just send me your landing page. Just share me the ebook and everything that you guys have designed. Just share all of those things with me. And also, right now, I also see a huge problem. With your website right now,
Yeah. Sure. Go
where
ahead.
honestly, I don't feel like buying. Like, I just don't feel like I'm just not getting enough confidence to make a purchase,
Okay.
basically. So you got to get some CRO done on your website, because right now, even if you push ads, if the CRO is not good, you will end up like it will end up costing you a lot of money that will go down the drain.
Sure. Sure. What's a broad problem in your
So
opinion? Just so I've got a sense of it. Like, what are the things that make you feel a bit like this is bullshit?
I don't feel anything is bullshit, but what I just felt is that uh, the website sort of feels very empty for some
Okay.
reason.
Okay. Okay.
Like it just feels very, 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 very empty. Like in general, like I'm just not getting like enough confidence to sort of make a purchase.
Do you
There
think
was
it's
this website.
do you think it's because there's no videos above the fold, so you don't know what it's all about?
Just a moment. I think there were a couple of websites. Okay,
Yeah.
so let me actually share you this. You must have heard about Swiggy, right?
No, maybe not.
Uh,
Show me the website.
okay, yeah, just a second. So it's one of the number one food delivery service in India right now.
Yep.
And when you go on their website, uh, I'll tell you a few things right away
Yeah.
that really catches my attention.
Yeah.
So you see how they have written great restaurants in Mumbai delivering to you.
Yeah.
Now, your title is highly nutritious plant-based meal delivery delivered to your door. Which door? Because you have written London, which is in a description, and you are not even putting it. You're not even adding a bold to it. So instead of that headline, what you can do is you can change the headline to something like "Get um, get highly nutritious plant-based meals delivered to your doorstep anywhere in London.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, right away, like I'm like, oh, I'm in London, right? I'm reading this, boom. So that's what I'm talking about. CRO, like the
Yeah.
CRO is very poor on the website as of now. And again, the whole we are a plant Sumo, a London-based meal. No one cares about who you are.
Hmm.
Literally no one gives a shit. And when we are a company, no one gives a shit about a company.
Yeah.
What people care about is what are you going to give to them. So again, you're just talking about who you are. People don't care about who you are.
Yeah.
People care about what they're going to get, right? You
Yeah.
again got to change the copy over there
Yeah. Yeah.
to something like uh, these meals can help you do this and that and
Yeah.
this and
That makes
that.
sense. It
So
makes sense.
more of like action focused
Yeah.
rather than just a description about who you guys are.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah. Yeah.
that picture as well, it doesn't really catches my attention at all at the same time. Now, if you go down a bit and scroll down a bit to Swiggy again, you
Yeah.
will see the pictures are just dead god delicious.
Yeah.
Those pictures look awesome. They are really popping out of the website. Like,
Yeah.
hey, come and buy me, right?
Ours aren't.
Now that's where I told you that I felt that emptiness on your website
Yeah.
because look, there is no much difference in terms of the layout overall, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty much the same, but it's those pictures that are really popping out because and in your case, like it's just all white, everything white.
Yeah. Yeah. It
So
needs. It
I
needs
feel
sec.
that
It needs
emptiness.
sections. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I feel a lot of those emptiness. So for example, now I see a whole section that's just empty. Let me actually show you.
Yeah. Go on. Stop. I'll stop sharing my screen. You can share yours.
Oh, just a moment. Are you able to see my screen?
Not yet. Yeah. Now I can. Now I can. If you click picture in picture,
Okay.
by the way, go back and click picture in picture on whereby. Um,
This one?
yeah, yeah. If you click picture in picture, top right, you'll get me.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you see this area?
Yeah,
It's empty, man. Like how you cannot have an empty space. Now, if I go back over here, do you see a single empty space anywhere?
yeah,
Right? So now this is all empty, basically. And you see the spacing is just way too much. Now see this over here.
yeah,
This is like popping out because I feel this more of a fake picture. Like I
yeah,
don't see this as a real picture. I
yeah,
see this as authentic real pictures that were actually shot,
yeah, yeah. I agree. I
right?
agree.
And this I just feel like you probably Googled and got these pictures, right?
Yeah,
So again, when you're selling anything of food online, you need to just focus on two things:
yeah,
good video and a very very high quality images. Like you really need to have professional shots done.
yeah,
Again, this image again doesn't make sense at all. I don't know like why you
yeah,
haven't put this.
yeah, yeah. I
Like it
agree.
doesn't matter what kind of diet you follow. from plant-based to is you again the copies are not that convincing.
Yeah.
Sign up here for your first box, either a one night again. Like you're not really convincing me to really purchase. Like I don't feel tempted. Now when
Yeah.
I go over here, man, like the moment I see this, I'm like, fuck, I need to order. I'm already feeling hungry now after seeing this, right?
I agree.
So
Dude, I agree. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. Look,
so when it comes to this is where again people lose money because they just throw the money on ads and expect it to convert, but they don't focus on the
yeah,
CRO.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
where the problem comes in. So the entire homepage needs to completely change. And then again, this picture that you have, right? Who is she?
yeah.
Who is she?
It's our nutritionist, but it's not clear.
Yeah,
You
but
have to
you
struggle
gotta
to read
tell
it.
that you gotta tell that over here, like who is she, right? And that's something that's again very important. But if you're just putting your nutritionist picture, you gotta put up your cook picture as well.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Dude, leave it with
Uh,
me. Let's stop here. There's so much I see that's wrong
so
with this
now
at the
this is
moment.
the this
Yeah,
is the picture that you actually gotta put up over here, man. This
yeah,
picture is what will make me buy, but you have lost me already over here somewhere.
yeah,
So I'm not even going to scroll down to see these real. I'm hoping these are the real pictures. I'm assuming.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
Funny enough, these ones aren't our pictures. We
Don't put that.
yeah,
Trust me,
yeah,
with
yeah,
food. That's a big risk that you're putting up because people would be like, okay, I need this picture food. How are you
yeah,
going to deliver to them, man? Don't do
yeah,
that. Trust me. You guys already have cook, right? So
yeah,
just get a good photographer for a day. Make all the foods that you guys do. So I think you guys probably have about like 9 dishes, I think.
yeah,
9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 dishes, right?
yeah,
Just make those 14 dishes and take shots. Then put them in the box
yeah,
and and then take that real picture of the box,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So those things needs to get worked upon, and that's when like again, this again doesn't give me
Doesn't
like
make
too much
sense. Yeah, I
confidence.
don't know why he's
Yeah.
put birds and clouds there. It makes no fucking sense. Um,
So then if I go on about us page, I think this is okay. This is completely fine. Again, replace this with actual real pictures. Don't use illustrations, um, because illustrations are really weak.
okay.
And again, put up a picture over here, real picture again. Just replace these illustrations with like real pictures. It's gonna make like a much higher impact
Yeah.
for you rather than that. And also, there is no footer.
Okay. Yeah. There
You
isn't, is
need
there?
to have footer. That's very important. Like literally, like
Yeah.
just basically you throw in like a Google map, and this is a food delivery service, right? Why do
Yeah.
you want to put up a Google map? No one cares about Google map because no one is going to visit your store or restaurant. It's a food delivery
Yeah.
platform.
Yeah.
So why do you
Yeah.
even want to put it up? You see over here, you wouldn't find anywhere like they where they have put up, and this is all SEO that they have done, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is again that you can do on pick up all the different parts of the city that you're delivering, and then start making pages. See this,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
start making pages for each one of those parts of the city now,
Yeah.
because you cannot go in different cities right now. Just make like different parts of the city, like different areas, right?
Yeah.
Then
Absolutely.
you can go hyper local targeting when you do ads, and you can just take them to that relevant landing page at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes
So
sense.
now you see like I see a bigger problem over here, which is a CRO problem. Do you have like any sort of wireframes in terms of UX flow of your entire website?
No, we don't.
Like,
We just
yeah,
kind
so
of made
that's
shit up
that's
as we went along. Yeah.
that's the number one problem that you got to sort. So I'll just show you like our little SaaS website, right?
Yeah.
So right away you would see over here, we have a very clear headline: Elite software for businesses of all size,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So then we have put together a lineup of business essential SaaS that will save you time and money. You, not
Yeah.
us. More
Yeah.
importantly, these are softwares you can truly rely. And again, we have put this bold to it. That is our promise to you. We are making that claim now. We're trying to win their trust.
We
So
gotta, we gotta
now,
stop
this
here.
is,
I'm overwhelmed because there's so much fucking stuff we need to
well,
change.
you
No,
wanted a 1 hour call.
I'm not. I'm not
I
upset.
can
Don't
I
worry.
can keep going on for I can keep going on for 3 hours because I
No,
can see the
stop.
amount of issues already.
Yeah. Like, let's stop here because I need to solve some other problems before we before there's some fundamentals clearly that I need to solve. I'm really glad I've recorded the call now. Like, I need to just go ahead and like solve a lot of the things you've spoken about anyway. Because
Are
let me
you
just
using
start there.
Shopify? Are you using Shopify by any chance?
Yeah, it's Shopify. It's Shopify. I kind of regret using Shopify now.
Okay, then
A developer's never built in Shopify, and that's why he's struggling a bit.
no, that's completely fine. Use Shopify, that's completely fine. But use this theme.
Okay.
This is my favorite theme. Let me just share you the link. This is my favorite theme.
Okay.
That anyone who uses Shopify, I literally recommend to them.
Okay. Perfect.
This is the best, highly overconverted. So check this out. Visit Kitchen Sumo, see this. So now this is what I expect your site to sort of like look like.
Okay.
You see this?
Yeah.
So again, this is not perfect, but this is a good start to begin with in terms of customization. You
Cool.
see this?
Yeah.
So again, pick a good theme. That's again very important. These things are very, very essential, and they help people make like sort of like better decisions overall. And you see all of these small things like timers, fake timers, and conversion timers, and all of these things. They have like all of those urgency features sort of like inbuilt in the theme.
Yeah.
That's really good about them. So again, my recommendation would be to sort of like use this. Once you have got all of these sorted, only and only then start your ads, or else if you don't love your 2,000 pounds, then you can send it to me. I would love that. So
All right, brother. This
because
is good.
you're not gonna convert anything from that.
Yeah. No, I understand. Listen, it's good. It's great advice. I think that I'm like, whoa, I feel like I went 7 rounds with fucking Mike Tyson. I'm like, okay. Look, everything makes sense. I don't think I'll solve everything, but at least I'll come a long way to improving it. So give me a little bit of time, and I'll come back to you. And I'm like, look, I made my best effort. Is it a lot
Who
better
is
now?
working on your who is working on your website?
Uh,
Who is
so
working on your website?
So Kaushal been designing it, but he's not been given enough instruction, I suspect. So there's a couple of. I mean, I've recorded this call anyway, so I'm going to share it with the team and be like, different people look at different things, and then we'll have a team meeting this week and figure out kind of the best next steps to rebuild some stuff. But it's okay, man. It's just not enough planning, a lot of activity, and now we've probably just got to redo things. But it is what it is, really.
No, that's completely fine, man. That's how things are. When you're starting out, it's actually good to get all of these information at the start itself. Because imagine you would have started your ads, burnt about like 10,000 pounds, only to see that you're not converting well, and
Yeah.
then you're taking this action after burning out those $10,000.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that there's a bit of pressure from us internally because we're paying for the kitchen, we're paying for the chef. So we're like, oh fuck, we're just in a rush to get things moving. But I think there probably should have been some more
No,
plan.
man, don't do that. Don't rush into things.
Yeah.
Don't rush into things. Trust me, that will end up costing a lot more.
Yeah.
That would be my recommendation. If you just want to run sort of an MVP, then what I would recommend to you is
Bear with me 1 second, dude.
just build like a simple WordPress
The
website
door.
page.
Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Hello, flat 7. Okay, opening. Dude, I've unfortunately got to go because fucking I've got to sort some stuff out. But thank you so much, man, for your advice. I'm not gonna run ads at least for a couple of days anyway. I just need to talk to the team and then figure out what to do. But hey, there's just you've overwhelmed me, but in a good way, man. In a good way. I've learned a lot from this, and it's like, dude, your shit is fucked. So sort it out, and then let's talk. Um,
Yeah, basically, in short, like I look, I don't want you to like end up wasting that money because you fucking work hard for it, man. So
yeah,
just be careful about how you're spending it, and before spending it on anything, just like clear things out.
yeah,
Once
dude,
that is done, then take the
exactly.
next step because sales is something that you're never gonna stop.
No, exactly,
Awesome,
exactly.
man. All right, sounds good.
Thank you. So I think there's a delay, but dude, thank you so much. I fucking appreciate it. You're awesome. You're such a good guy,
No worries,
and
man.
I'm gonna let you know how I get on. I'll be like, dude, I'm ready for round 2. Come at me. All right. Thank you so
Awesome. All
much,
right.
dude.
Sounds good, man.
Thank you, man.
All right. I'll